everybody, Frankie here from Vibrant Center for Voice and Movement, and today's theme is self-compassion. So building a gentle practice for self-compassion. Somebody needs to hear this. Make sure you're drinking water, make sure that you're eating, make sure that you're sleeping, make sure that you are not too hot or too cold. And if you have a fur baby or a family member, a loved one that is near to you in the house that you can safely be in contact with, make sure that you're getting hugs and time to feel supported if you have that as a resource to you. But now the invitation is to find your seat, or to stand, or to lie down, whatever feels right to you, and follow that desire as the session progresses. And just take a moment to feel the weight of your body. Let your arms be heavy. Let your jaw be heavy. Let your tongue drop to the floor of your mouth. Drop your chin to your chest and breathe. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder and breathe. Roll your right ear to your right shoulder, your right ear to your right shoulder and breathe. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder and breathe. Roll your right ear to your right shoulder and breathe. One more time. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder and breathe. And roll your right ear to your right shoulder and breathe. Roll your chin to the center of your chest. Breathe here. Take a fist under the forehead and use that to lift your head up and look side to side, keeping that jaw heavy. So the reason that I call this video a gentle practice for compassion or self-compassion is that the more awareness we have to our own physical experience, the more awareness we have in our own care and our own nervous system, our own bodies, the more compassion we have for others. And that's really what self-care should mean, is it's not just about going and getting nails done or buying a piece of clothing or something that may not last. This is a way of building a lasting practice that will take care of you and sustain you. Self-care is an act of self-preservation. It's a political act. And it's essential to our survival so that we can show up for ourselves and for other people and what we believe in. And as you can see as I'm talking to you, I'm just keeping my body comfortable. I have a little bit of a sore back on one side, so I'm keeping that moving and letting the spine be lubricated here, as I'm thinking about also being connected to others, in this case the screen, and I'm aware of this environment. So I'm balancing my own awareness of my body with also ensuring that I don't lose the room. And to me, that's the key element of self-compassion and compassion, is this degree of presence that I'm bringing into this moment and hopefully into another moment. The other idea I want to investigate, or have you investigate for yourself, is that when we hold or restrain the breath, then our emotions shut down or we become stuck in a certain emotion. In an earlier series of videos, I talked about the importance of free-flowing emotions, that happiness, sadness, fear, anger, all of those emotions are really important information and give us a source of energy that we need in the moment. And as part of that, breath is so important so that those emotions remain free-flowing and moving and evolving as we continue through our day. Wherever you are, I invite you to listen to the sounds in the room where you are. And now think about just staying with the channel of seeing. What do you see around you? And of those two channels, I'd like you to pick one, either sound or sight. Pick something neutral in that. So is there a sound that you can hear that's very neutral? Trust that whatever you pick is neutral enough. Or is there something that you can see that is neutral? And stay with this experience of neutral. Does this experience of neutral translate in some way into your own body? Notice that you're breathing. Could this experience of neutral anchor you or support you in this moment? If your mind wants to go into thoughts or meaning making, just gently bring it back to your sense experience of neutral. Know that you can come back here at any time. But for the moment, I want you to leave this in 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in and exhale on sound. Nice. And just take a moment to notice what a great job you just did. Often I like to drop in orienting to pleasure, But sometimes even pleasure is a reach, or also pleasure is another type of stimulation. It's guiding you away from a negative, right? Sometimes we're very used to being oriented to what's wrong. But neutral is also a really important place to rest. And you may personally find that neutral gives you a different kind of energy or a different kind of shift in your own body. And for some people, it's actually preferential to orienting to pleasure. So know that at any time, if I suggest you orient to pleasure and you'd prefer to orient to neutral, you can absolutely do that. It's also really important to continue to explore all of the ranges that are in between extremes. So we're not just pinging from this is bad, this is good, this is pleasurable, this is terrible. But actually, instead of going to those places, find the middle ground, explore neutral, explore minor pleasure, and that will help you to build security, safety in your body. For some of us who are healing trauma or simply trying to survive, the body can feel like an unsafe place. And so that's why it's so vital, so valuable to orient to something you can see or something you can hear, one of your senses. And then it's so important to bring your breath back, your awareness to your breath, and then take that into sound, because that can be anchoring as well. Often sound that's released and fluffy and gentle can help to be a way of communicating to our conscious mind what's happening in our unconscious self and in our bodies. What I encourage you is to not just take my word for it, but to take this forward into the week and explore breath, coming into sound, orienting yourself to neutral. So, staying with this idea of what a great job you just did, being you, being human, I want you to pick an action. It could be running your hands along your legs. It could be massaging your jaw. Something that feels good. And certainly if feeling good feels like a reach, it could be something that just isn't terrible. This is not terrible. If touching your jaw, going in there feels awful, is really tense, then find something else. You could massage your shoulder. And if yawns come, that's exactly what we want. If you massage one shoulder, try massaging the other shoulder. This is a different side. Is there a different experience here? Maybe it's even just gently touching your own arm. And then letting that go in 3, 2, 1. The final activity that you're invited to do is the brain doesn't differentiate between the touch of another and when we're touching ourselves. So take a moment here and breathe. Is there a place that your body would like to feel some contact? It could be a hand on your chest. It could even be wrapping your arms around your knees. It could be wrapping your arms around your chest. could even be just putting your hands on your tummy or around your belly. Letting yourself soften into that contact. And let each exhale be some soft, fluffy sound. And know that you can come back here at any time. But for the moment, you're going to let this go in 3, 2, 1. And maybe take a stretch, a yawn, a gentle shake. So I hope that I've given you a few ideas of things that you can do for yourself, which will enable you to show up for yourself and for others and for the things that matter to you. Keep breathing. Keep taking care of yourselves. Keep taking care of each other. And I'll see you all again soon.